listen to this.
Greetings to everyone. Today we are here to nourish the mind, to enrich the formless essence of life within us, so that we may be freed from suffering once and for all, freed from the endless cycle of birth and death. May this be our final lifetime. The study of the mind is a discipline we've rarely, if ever, encountered in its true form. If we had truly listened and understood it before, by now our minds would be illuminated, free from suffering. We would live together on this earth in peace and harmony. True world peace would arise the very moment we understand the nature of the mind. But we remain entangled, not because we lack intelligence, but because we don't yet truly know the mind. No one has thoroughly explained it to us in a way that resonates deeply. And so, we turn away from the inner and continue to chase after the external, seeking more and more material things, believing that through them we can secure happiness and avoid pain. But in this chase, we overlook a vital truth, that emotions, both joy and sorrow, are of the same nature. They are two faces of the same coin. Who among us can truly see that pleasure and pain arise from the same root? If one can see this clearly, a great weight is lifted. We begin to release ourselves from suffering, perhaps by more than 25%. Whether it is a pleasing emotion or a painful one, it is still just that, an emotion, a mere experience, not a solid entity. Can we grasp it, hold it, mold it into a shape? Take irritation or sadness, do they have form? Can we point to them as separate things? Number. And yet we become so entangled with them, as if they were truly ours. Joy, too, is just a passing sensation, but we cling to both, thinking they are part of who we are. This is an illusion. The truth is, we are merely the witness, not the emotion, not the experience. So let us draw closer to the heart of the matter. Why are we here, in this body, on this earth? Where did we come from before taking this form? What if we had never come to dwell in this physical body at all? Would that be better? The truth is, there is nothing in this world that truly belongs to us. Everything we cling to as me or mine is merely borrowed, temporary. In seeing this clearly, we open the door to liberation, not through denial of the world, but through deep understanding of our own mind and its nature. Let's say we're sitting and watching a movie or a drama, one that's said to be really good. So we start watching. There's a hero, a heroine, supporting characters, and a storyline. As we watch, we begin to get absorbed in it. We start to feel that it's really good, really touching. And without realizing it, we start to feel as if we are the hero, the heroine, or one of the characters ourselves. We become emotionally involved in the story, as if we were truly living in it. Then something tragic happens, a misunderstanding, a betrayal, and we begin to suffer. Perhaps the heroine misunderstands the hero and leaves him for another man. Because we've identified with the hero, we feel heartbroken, sorrowful, disappointed. The sadness of the character becomes our own. But wait, wasn't it just a movie we were watching? Isn't it true that none of the people or events in it actually exist? The movie on the screen is not real, and yet we immerse ourselves in it so deeply that we forget this. We believe we are the character. We believe love, the loss, the betrayal are all happening to us. And because of that belief, we suffer. The person we love, in the story, has gone to be with someone else, and so we feel abandoned, misunderstood, and left behind. The truth is, the story is fictional. The characters are not real. So why do we suffer with them? Why do we wish for things to turn out differently, for the hero and heroine to end up together? Can we see this clearly? Can we understand that we are simply the observer, sitting and watching a show? This is the same as how we live our lives, caught up in the drama of thoughts and emotions, forgetting that they too are like a movie. When we believe them to be real, we suffer. But if we can see clearly that we are not the story, we are the awareness watching it, then we begin to free ourselves. we've forgotten who we really are. For the past 15 days, we've been watching this film without pause. We've become so absorbed, so emotionally invested in it, that we've come to believe we are the main character, either the hero or the heroine. We now carry their name and identity as if they were our own. The life within that movie has become our life. There is a father and mother, children and grandchildren, a house, a car, wealth, struggle, survival. Everything a human story could hold is there, and somehow it has wrapped itself around us. We've become part of that world. But hold on, wake up. We are merely watching a film. We are not involved. Whether the characters in the story live or die, fall ill, fight or fall in love, hold grudges or forgive, it is all just part of the storyline. And yet, we become so emotionally entangled that we forget who we really are. We forget that we are not part of the narrative. We are the ones sitting silently, watching. In the film, there are bonds of love, care, sacrifice, and mutual support. There is giving, receiving, nurturing, protecting. But these are scenes, dramas created by the mind. In truth, they don't exist in the way we think they do. What truly exists is the simple act of watching, the quiet awareness that knows. It doesn't get pulled in. It doesn't become. It just knows. Within the movie, there is virtue and evil, right and wrong, truth and falsehood, wealth and poverty, honor and disgrace. There are heights of happiness and the depths of sorrow, devastating loss, grief so great it spills tears like blood, and then joy so full it overflows with bliss. But all of that belongs only to the movie. In reality, none of it truly exists. There may be misunderstanding, conflict, revenge, love, or the striving to escape rebirth, or to cling to life and be reborn again. These are all storylines, spinning endlessly within the drama. But the truth, the deep, unmoving truth, is that none of these things exist in the way we imagine. They arise, pass, and vanish within the realm of illusion. What remains constant is the one who watches, who does not grasp or become, who simply knows. That is reality. That is where peace is. And when we remember this, we return, not to the story, but to ourselves. In reality, we are merely sitting here, watching. There is nothing truly happening. All the stories, all the events portrayed in that movie or drama, those are part of the narrative, not of reality. In that story, there are countless beings, aquatic animals, land creatures, birds in the sky. There are humans who hunt, kill, and consume these animals. The animals, in turn, harbor rage and resentment, rising to destroy the humans who harm them. Then come floods, natural disasters, and great loss. People die, animals die. Fires engulf cities, earthquakes shake the ground, volcanoes erupt and scatter dust and debris, devastating life. Suffering follows. Cries of grief, mourning, and unbearable loss echo throughout the story. Violent shifts in climate occur, unbearable cold, extreme heat. All of these are parts of that movie's world. But in reality, none of these things actually exist. And yet, as we become emotionally absorbed in the drama, we begin to believe it is all real, that these events truly happened, that the grief is genuine, that the joy is authentic. We see evidence, we hear testimonies, and we are convinced that there truly is gain and loss, happiness and suffering, generations of lives passing on, changing, evolving over time. But in truth, all of this is just the narrative within the movie. It is not real. It has no actual self. We are not part of that story, and yet we are swept into it. We become so immersed that we believe we are a character within the plot, when in fact we have no connection to it at all. The story is nothing more than a series of illusions, without true substance. When the TV is turned off, when the phone screen is locked, when the movie ends, where do all those stories go? The tales we followed for 15 days, where have they vanished to? The moment the screen goes black, everything disappears. And then we suddenly realize, oh, I've just been watching a movie. All this time we had mistaken ourselves for being part of it. We thought it was real, but in truth we were never a part of it. None of it ever truly concerned us. Now let us return inward. What we truly are is the mind, the life element that has no shape, no form. It is spacious, pure, and clear. We are the original element, the root essence, clear, pure, pristine. It is the fundamental untainted energy. We are that. And this clear emptiness, this pure spaciousness, is like the transparent stillness in front of us. It merges seamlessly with the entire universe. We are the source element from which all things arise. All phenomena, all forms of life exist within this originating essence. From the very beginning, the original source has always been pure, clear, and free of fabrication. It has no composition. Nothing truly dwells within it. It is simply this clear, empty essence. Then, a great explosion of energy occurred, what is known as the Big Bang. From it emerged an immense force, drawing forth tiny particles. These particles clustered and formed planets, stars, suns, galaxies, and entire universes. And all of this resides within the vast, clear emptiness. The sun draws the planets to revolve around it. The celestial bodies collide. The sun, in its immense force, fuses and compresses stars within it. All these forces hold the power to destroy, yet they too exist within the same transparent void. This clear emptiness is not anything in itself. It does not change. Even when suns collide with other bodies, causing massive explosions, no matter how great the energy released, everything still rests within the clear emptiness. Even if 23 stars collide, detonating like nuclear blasts, violently tearing through planets, destroying countless celestial bodies, even then, the sun itself may explode and dissolve all life. Still, all this takes place within the clear, spacious void. This space holds it all, yet remains untouched. The clear emptiness is never involved in any of it. And that is what we are. We are this very element. We are the pure, transparent essence, the original source element, seamlessly merged with the boundless, clear emptiness of the universe. When we come to know the mind, when we truly see into it, we realize that everything, all things, exist within our own mind. If we think of the moon arises within our mind. There's no need to travel to it. It's already here, within. If we think of Mars is in our mind. If we imagine the sun, it too is in our mind. Galaxies, they appear in the mind. The entire cosmos, it arises right here in the space of our own awareness. This mind of ours is the original element, the seed of all creation. It is one with the clear, empty essence that existed before the universe began. And this mind, the essence of what we are, extended itself outward to learn, to know, by attaching itself to physical forms, to the body as a vessel. This mind of ours, from the very beginning, has fractured and expressed itself from a single point of origin within the primordial substance. Imagine the original element as an immense field, though in truth it has no size, no boundary. At that time there were no galaxies, no stars, not even one. Only the field of primordial consciousness, clustered and gathered as a singular, transparent element. It was all one, like the unified water of the great ocean. And if we were to take one drop from this boundless ocean, the nature of that drop would be no different from the nature of the whole sea. It is the same water, the same essence, vast and limitless. Then imagine a great explosion, like a bomb dropped into the sea. At one point within the ocean, the explosion occurs, and countless tiny drops are scattered in every direction. These droplets fall across vast terrains, settling into containers, some large, some small. Each vessel now holds a part of that original pure substance. Let's suppose that one of these droplets comes to reside within a vessel, a human body. A single droplet of pure water enters the container, and suddenly that vessel appears to be alive. But then, that clear droplet begins to believe it is the human form. We begin to believe that we are human, even though we have never actually been human. We were never truly born into this world. We've never truly belonged to anything at all. In truth, we are the pure, transparent emptiness, the original element. Even as suns and stars spin, collide, explode, boom, shatter and reassemble into new forms, revolving endlessly in cycles of destruction and creation, all of this still abides within the clear, empty space. Trees arise and fall within the clear emptiness. Earth, rivers, oxygen, carbon dioxide, hot air, cold winds, all abide within the clear emptiness. Light and darkness, animals and people, all dwell within the clear emptiness. All phenomena, without exception, are held within this space. And yet, the clear emptiness itself remains untouched. It does not interfere with anything. It simply is. And we are that. We are the pure, original, empty essence. Now let us imagine we are a single droplet of water, split off from the vast ocean. Our original nature is of the ocean itself, an unbounded field of liquid purity. The ocean contains countless immeasurable drops, each one made of the same essence, bonded as one undivided body. Then came the great explosion from within the ocean's own substance. Droplets scattered far and wide beyond number, so many that even half the ocean seemed to vanish. Those countless drops dispersed and found themselves within various material vessels. They became living beings, small creatures, large ones, aquatic life, animals on land, birds in the sky. Some droplets entered human forms. Others became forms and species unknown, floating through the air or space. This one droplet is the life element itself. Once it inhabits a physical vessel, it begins to cling. It begins to believe, I am this human, or I am this fish, this bird, this creature of the land, the sky, the underground. It identifies with the form it inhabits. It forgets. It becomes entangled. And so, we come to believe we are truly a living being. We are truly human. We claim the identity. We grasp at the illusion. And in doing so, we forget the ocean we came from. Who doesn't understand this part? We are not human. We have never truly been born. We have never been connected to being human at all. Suppose someone were to drop a nuclear bomb on our home. Everything is obliterated, the house is destroyed, our body shattered into dust. Countless living beings are instantly gone. The body, our vessel, is completely destroyed. But the life element, the core essence, the mind, remains untouched. Even if the body dies at any moment, the consciousness, the life element, has no awareness of having been human. We were never connected to this physical vessel in the first place. And so we, as this formless, bodiless essence, this pure mind, drift onward in search of a new vessel, a new body. Once we attach to a new form, we begin the process of learning again. We cling to the new identity, believing once more, I am this creature, I am this human. Whatever we are born into, most often we are born as animals, because the opportunity to be born as a human is incredibly rare. But once we inhabit this human form, something happens. We are taught, and that is the key. We are taught. Larger creatures, our parents, siblings, elders, those who came before, teach us to think, to remember, to believe that we are this living being. We are taught to struggle, to compete, to kill and destroy in order to feed and preserve this body, as though this body were truly us. But this body has never been who we are. Do you understand? It's like watching a movie or a drama. And somehow, we get absorbed into it. We believe we are the hero or heroine, the character on the screen. But we have never been that character. We are the ones sitting in the audience, watching. We are not part of the movie. We are not involved. Do you see? Let me return to the metaphor again. We are the clear, formless essence, pure, transparent, untouched. In that state, there is no coming or going, no birth, no death. It is the deathless element. Within it, there is no darkness, no light. It is a crystal-clear essence, merged with all things. It has no size, no time, no distance. It is purely and perfectly pure. This mind of ours is that most refined element, free from suffering. See it. Know your mind. I will point to it more clearly next. For now, just understand this. We are sitting and watching a movie, a drama. And the movie or drama we are watching, it isn't real. Understand that. It's that simple. Or maybe you're someone who's been watching so deeply, so emotionally involved, that you've become the heroine or the hero already. Wake up. The story on the screen doesn't truly exist. We are the ones watching, the ones knowing. We are not part of the story. That story has never actually existed. Do you see? Just like now, this is a metaphor. I'm speaking clearly. When I say a drop of water is flung from the ocean, and that drop enters into a container, the human body, that's us. We've been placed into this body. Then we were taught, conditioned, by those who came before us, and those who taught us, they too are lost, just like us. Those elders, whether human or animal, were also drops of consciousness, just like us, searching for answers. And so are we, drops of pure life, looking for truth. Have we ever stopped to ask ourselves, why are we here? Why did we come into this body? We have houses, cars, families, money, food, and all that we need. Yet deep down, it still doesn't feel like what we truly want. So, what is it that we're really looking for? Do we understand this? Most of us don't know why we were born. We don't even know what we're truly seeking. And if this body breaks apart, dies, where do we go? We don't know. There is only unknowing. Do you see? Now I am pointing you toward that knowing, right here. This is what I'm trying to give you, understanding. No one has taught us the science of the mind. No one has helped us see clearly into our own consciousness. No one has ever truly told us what we are. But the moment we see, truly see, that nothing we cling to is us, that we are in truth the pure consciousness, the element of life that is empty, clear, deeply pure, then something shifts. When we realize that we are this essence, we will no longer be born again. Why be born into suffering, into confusion? Why take form again inside an unstable vessel? Suppose we are that one element, perfectly pure, deathless, immaculately pure. There is no suffering in it, only absolute purity. If we truly know that we are this, would we still choose to be born? If we were to be born as an animal, that life would come with suffering. It would require struggle for food, for survival, and it wouldn't last long. Would we really want to be born? The law of birth says, you may choose. You can choose to be anything, a human, a creature of the sea, of the land, of the sky, any being you wish. We choose what we will be. If we choose to be human, then we will have only 2 legs, 2 arms, and a face like this. The moment we're born, we must learn to speak, to think, to feel, to perceive, to remember. And we must strive, compete, and struggle to maintain that body as if it were truly us. But remember, we were given a choice. And after being born into form, we end up caught in competition, conflict, destruction. So I ask, would you choose to be born? But if you choose not to be born, then know this. You are the formless essence. The life element has no form. And because it has no form, it knows no suffering. Choose. The formless life element. There is nothing within it. There is no fabrication, no sounds, no mental images, no emotions, no sensations, no memory. It is only clarity, pure, unblemished, translucent purity. It is one with the emptiness of space, a fundamental element beyond all things. If we choose not to be born, we return home. We awaken to the realization that we are the pure element. But if we choose to be born again, as a sea creature, land animal, bird or human, then ask yourself, what do you wish to be? And the moment we are born into that form, we will forget. We will forget who we really are. We will forget that we are the pure essence. We will instantly believe that we are the creature. We will be swept into struggle, conflict, competition, destruction. Suppose we are born into the sea. We eat others, and others eat us. When they consume us, we become angry, hateful, vengeful. When we consume them, they too respond with hatred and vengeance. We harm and are harmed. And the cycle continues. The moment we are consumed, the body perishes. And then the mind, the life element, drifts again, searching for a new form. Because we chose to be born, we are born again and again and again. Each time as a new creature we continue to consume and destroy, to hate and take revenge over and over. As a human, it is the same. As a sea creature, land animal, underground being, winged creature, or even one from another world, it is always the same. Endless cycles of striving, conflict, destruction, never ending. When others harm or kill us, hatred and vengeance rise. When the body dies, the mind drifts again, still clinging to hatred, still seeking form. This is the cycle of suffering, the endless cycle of birth and death. We are born to age, to suffer, to die, born to struggle, to destroy, and die again, born to harm, be harmed, and return again. This cycle repeats endlessly. Choose now. Will you choose to be born again, or will you choose not to be born? If you choose not to be born, there is nothing there for you to use anymore. There's no body. Can you accept that? If there's no body, can you still receive? If we have no body, can we still receive? If there's no sound, can we still receive? If there's no mental imagery, can we still receive? If there's no emotion at all, no pleasure, no displeasure, not even neutrality, no happiness, no suffering, no indifference, nothing at all. No memory remains there. No perception occurs there. There is only purity, only clarity, a state of awakened brightness that is constant. It is a single essence, inseparable from all things. It knows all, but there is no knower. It knows, but there's no me knowing it. There's no me to be anything with anything. It's as if we are pure emptiness, in which all things dwell. But we are not entangled with any of them. Imagine we are just this lump. Close your eyes and picture it. We are a lump, and within this lump there are intestines. The intestines do their work. How they do it, we don't know. The stomach is inside them. The heart is there too. The lungs, the bones, the muscles, the fluids, the fat, the brain matter, the teeth, the tongue, the skin. All of it is living within this lump. This lump functions completely on its own. We are the lump, and all these things are living within us and doing their jobs on their own, without us. There is no self in all of this. Who can understand this? Is it too difficult? It's like we are the clear, empty womb of the universe. We encompass all. And within this great womb dwell countless stars, countless suns, countless black holes. Energies rise and fall, shift and change. The stars drift and swirl, colliding, exploding, transforming into new suns. Supernovae giving birth to black holes consuming all things, collapsing, becoming dust once again. That dust gathers and becomes stars again. A constant cycle of transformation. But all of it dwells within our cosmic womb, and we are untouched by it all. There is nothing here that is us, nothing that is ours. We are the formless element that merges with all things, and yet remains free from all things. The mind is the life element, empty, clear, and pure within us. Has anyone ever truly told us this kind of knowledge? No one really knows. Now I have made it clear. This body doesn't last long. It is temporary, fleeting. To put it simply, this body merely resides within the life element, within the essence of our mind. Can anyone truly grasp this? Let's say, for example, a single drop of water comes to dwell within a container, and suddenly that container is considered alive. Animals, too. Each has a drop of life dwelling inside. We, humans and animals alike, our minds taking refuge in various vessels, countless in number, infinite even. Humanity is but a small handful among them. Imagine the number of grains of earth that cover the entire world. Could you count them? Not at all. Now scoop up just a pinch of soil. That tiny bit represents human birth. All the remaining grains? They represent minds residing in the forms of animals, sea creatures, land animals, underground beings, flying ones, even those living in the sky or outer space, vast, immeasurable. Therefore, the chance to be born as a human is incredibly rare. When any bodily form, human or animal, decays and dies, the mind departs to find a new form. This process repeats again and again. Life consumes life. Beings harm and destroy one another out of anger, hatred, vengeance, an endless cycle. And so the mind floats and takes birth again and again and again. We die, we're born, we suffer. We're born again only to suffer again, only to die again. This is the cycle of birth into suffering. We are not born for any other reason but to suffer in ignorance, until one day a mind is fortunate enough to dwell within the most evolved vessel, the human form. This vessel is the most refined of all, equipped with language for communication, with thought and imagination to navigate this world. Emotions arise to flavor experience, perception, memory, logic. All of it exists in humans. But when our minds come to dwell in a human vessel, we're taught from childhood to believe in individuality, in selfhood. Parents, relatives, teachers, none ever tell us that we are the mind itself. Isn't that true? No one knows they are the mind. Everyone believes they are the person, the identity, the role, a human, an animal, or something. We've all believed ourselves to truly be human. And that's fine, because that belief is rooted in not knowing. The mind, unaware, continues to cycle through births. Yet once we are lucky enough to be born as human, even if we don't yet know, it's okay, because most minds simply do not remember. We've forgotten. It's as if we're watching a movie. The whole world has gathered to watch it, and everyone has come to believe they are one of the characters in the story. They believe the story is real, but little do they know, we are merely sitting and watching. We're not part of any of it at all. It is as though we are wearing a costume, putting on a mask to play the role of a human. We act in this grand play of life, believing ourselves to be human, yet no one ever told us that we are not truly human. What we are, in essence, is mind, the essence of life, the life element itself. When the body deteriorates and dies, the mind simply goes on to find another vessel. The mind is the root cause of it all, the great source. Why? Because the mind itself does not realize that it is pure, that it is the pure element. Let me say it again. We are that. We are this pure essence. But we don't know it. Once we take residence in this body, in this container, we forget. Every being, every consciousness comes to inhabit these bodies, and over generations we pass on teachings that lead only to further delusion. It's heartbreaking. To speak of it now, it's clear how foolish it is. When I first awakened to the true nature of mind, tears fell. I wept at my own ignorance. How could I have been so lost, so blind? But now there is peace. There is no longer any attachment to the things of this world. It is known, deeply and unshakably, that we are not human, and because of that knowing, there is no longer birth. The knowing is continuous, unwavering. There is no more suffering, and no more becoming. To receive this body, this human vessel, is already a great fortune. Yet we fall into the belief that we truly are this body, truly human. That's all right. But there are a few who begin to question, who awaken sooner. These are the ones who realize they must be free from birth. They ask within themselves, what are we truly here for? What do we really want? These questions never leave the heart. When will we stop being born into this cycle? This body, it ages, it sickens, it dies, it is temporary. So where do we go from here? What must we do to be free from the cycle of birth and the suffering that follows? Because the moment one is born, suffering begins. We must go beyond birth. Do we understand this? Have you ever questioned yourself like that? I have been this way since I was a child. Over time, there have been teachings, guidance passed down from those with great wisdom, the sages who understood deeply. They taught us, and we tried everything we could. Until one day, there came a moment of turning inward, of contemplating within the mind itself. Wait, we are the mind. But what exactly is the mind? How does it function? What is it really? And we didn't truly know because no one had ever taught us with such clarity. We'd only heard vague sayings like, freedom from suffering lies within the mind, or happiness and suffering are in the mind. Everything points to the mind. Birth and death are rooted in the mind. Happiness and sorrow arise in the mind. All stories, all liberation, all wisdom. It's all centered in the mind. But still, what is the mind? How does it actually work? Before, I didn't understand. But after turning the current inward and awakening within, I came to see clearly. There is not a single thing that is truly me. All that remains is just the mind. Here's an analogy. The yolk of an egg is the mind itself. The egg white, that clear jelly surrounding the yolk, represents the conditions of the mind. The subtle, transparent jelly that encases the yolk, that is the activity, the movement, the expressions of mind, the voice we use to speak, the emotions we inhabit, the mental images we create. These are the conditions of the mind. And the eggshell, that is the body. Coarse, external, a mere vessel. The shell is not the yolk. Even the egg white, the conditions of the mind, is not the yolk. Once we see clearly that neither the shell nor the jelly is truly who we are, realization dawns. We are the yolk, the essence, the knowing, the mind itself. And this knowing, once seen, sets everything free. To truly realize the nature of the mind, or what may be called the essence of life, we must first understand that we are merely residing in this vessel, using it as a temporary tool. This existence can be seen as having three layers, like an egg: the shell, the egg white, and the yolk. The outer shell represents the body, temporary, fragile, and certainly not who we truly are. If we were to remove the mind or the life force from this body, the body would collapse instantly. The heart would stop beating, the brain would cease to think. Without the presence of mind inhabiting the body, it would decay and return to dust. When the life essence is present, the body appears animated and alive. But make no mistake, the body is merely a vessel. Once we truly understand this, not just intellectually but deeply within the heart, there is no longer a need to cling to the body. The body breathes on its own, the heart beats on its own, digestion happens on its own. Every organ works autonomously. Try telling the heart to stop. It won't listen. The body grows old, becomes ill, and dies on its own terms, regardless of our wishes. So where, then, is the self? If everything the body does happens without our command, then clearly the body is not the true self. Now, having set aside the shell, let's look more closely at the egg white, the mind's activities, or what we might call the manifestations of consciousness. These too are not the true self. The voice you hear when speaking, the thoughts that arise in the mind. These are only expressions, tools we use to interact with the world. But they are not who we are. If we can observe these inner voices, like when a thought arises saying, "When will I finally be rich?" Can you see that? Can you observe the voice inside that says, "If I had 1 million, I'd buy a car and start a delivery business. Can you see that voice? If we can see that inner voice speaking like this, and we see that it is speaking on its own, the mind will break free. The mind will awaken and realize, wait a second, it's speaking on its own. Then where am I in all of this? Where is the self? And the mind will suddenly leap out of its attachment. It will recognize itself as the pure element. Here's a new analogy. The yolk is wrapped by the egg white, which is merely its surrounding condition. But the yolk mistakenly believes it is the egg white. Then, the egg white creates a shell to wrap itself further. The yolk not only relies on the egg white, but clings to the shell, believing it belongs to itself. In short, the yolk comes to believe that it is the shell is me, and that the egg white is also me. It forgets entirely that it is the yolk. Just like when we sit down to watch a movie or a play, we get so absorbed in the story that we believe we are the hero or the heroine. And not only that, we begin to believe that the whole world of the drama is real, full of living beings, people striving to survive, to build families, to carry on their lineage, to feel love and hate, to seek revenge. We believe in the reality of the world, of the universe. We believe everything truly exists. At first, we just believe we are one of the characters. But before long, we take the whole world within the story, the entire universe, as something real. It becomes the truth to us. Wake up. We are just watching it happen. We are not part of the story that is being shown. What I'm saying is, we have never really been human. We just came to believe we are, because no one ever taught us otherwise. I've said clearly already, this body is definitely not us. But it's this voice that tells us, these are my arms, my legs. Look at your arms and legs. Do they say they are arms and legs? Look at the things outside your house. Do they say they are mango trees? Do they say they are papaya trees? Do they call themselves soil, sky, grass, door, window, wall, or steel? Look carefully. Does the wall tell you it is a house? Does the window say it is a house? Does the toilet say it is a house? Do the bricks, the stones, the cement, the sand say they are a house? Do those things say they are papaya trees, lemon trees, fingers, toes, thumbs, index fingers, middle fingers, ring fingers, pinky fingers? Have those things ever spoken and said they are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday? Look at this world. Where is Monday? Where is Tuesday? Where is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday? It is this voice that creates all these names and ideas. Do you see? This voice keeps speaking all the time. And we've come to believe that this voice is us. But this voice has no form. It cannot be touched. Yet we believe it's a self. We believe it's real. We say, we are speaking. But there is no self that speaks. It's just a kind of ripple, a kind of energy vibrating out. The mind releases this vibration, just like gas, like a burp, like a breeze. It's simply energy, emitted from our pure element. If we can see that this voice is not us, that it speaks by itself and has no substance, no body, it arises on its own and fades on its own. Take imagination, for example. We imagine a white horse. Its face is slightly swollen because it's sick. This white horse has no legs. All its legs are gone. Can you see that image? Does that image really exist? No, it doesn't. But we can still imagine it, can't we? There is no real thinker behind the image. The image doesn't actually exist. It is simply nature releasing images and sounds on its own. This is like the egg white. These are just conditions. Don't be deceived into clinging to them as me. We are the yolk. Focus well on this point. We are the mind, the life element that has no form. It is empty, radiant, supremely pure. This element already exists within us, but right now we don't know that we are this pure element. We mistakenly believe that this voice is me, that I am speaking, and that it truly exists. So where is this voice? Can you catch it? Can you hold it? We say, here it is. the voice speaking in the present moment. But as soon as it is spoken, the present is already gone. If someone sees this and tears begin to fall, asking, "Does that mean nothing is truly real?" Yes. Nothing has ever truly existed in the way we believed. It is all merely energy, emitted from our pure element. Just like the Big Bang, an explosion from which energy was released rippling outward. That energy condensed into particles, into the tiniest elements, and over time formed into shapes, into material forms, into vast, countless physical things. Whenever we have a thought, no matter what kind, it is enough to simply observe. At the very moment the thinking arises, can you see? It thinks by itself. It speaks by itself. That voice you hear in the mind, that's the thought. You can call it a thought, or you can call it a voice, but in truth it's not really a voice, and it's not truly a thought. It's just something that is simply the way it is. It has no self, no owner. It just functions as it does. The mind is like a sphere of sunlight. The sun radiates its heat naturally. It emits electromagnetic waves. It shines its light. This is simply how it functions. These are its characteristics, radiating outward by their very nature. Our minds are the same. It radiates energy in the form of sound waves, in the form of mental images, to be used in this world. It radiates emotional energies, satisfaction, dissatisfaction, neutrality, happiness, suffering, indifference. These are all expressions of energy emitted by the mind. When we think or imagine something, and it turns out the way we expected, the emotion of satisfaction arises. When we think or imagine something, and it doesn't turn out that way, dissatisfaction arises. But no matter what the emotion is, whether the thought is this way or that, whether the mental image is pleasant or unpleasant, it's all just energy being released and then dissolving. Released and dissolved. Just like light radiating and fading away. Like heat radiating outward and then dispersing. These are merely expressions, conditions that are released only to dissolve. It's like when we make a sound, we release it so it can fade. It's the same with energy that's been held inside. It needs to be released. So we release it as images, as sound, as emotions. Say we have something pent up inside. We want to let it out. We want to express it. It comes out as anger, as joy, as indifference, as frustration, as sadness or loneliness, whatever the mood may be. Delight, fullness, it all bursts outward. And once it's released, it's done. It's just like that. It's not us. These things have no self. Emotions have no self. Don't be foolish. Don't cling to emotion. Keep this in mind. Don't foolishly cling to mental images, to any of these conditions. They have no self. No one owns them. If you're listening to this and you understand, if the mind accepts it, then it will become light, open, and at ease. It won't suffer anymore. What would there be to suffer over if there is no me? Even memory, whether something is remembered or forgotten, is not us. It remembers on its own, or it forgets on its own. Even the act of perception. Right now you hear my voice. Do you see? It hears on its own. It perceives this sound on its own. Perception is just another expression, an arising that responds to contact. When something makes contact, it stirs and rises into perception, and then fades away. Do you need to focus to hear this voice right now? No. You hear it naturally. It hears on its own. It even smells on its own. Observe this carefully. It smells on its own. It tastes on its own. When food is brought to the mouth, it knows the flavor on its own. Then satisfaction or dissatisfaction arises on its own. Notice clearly. It feels heat and cold on its own. It senses these things by itself. It sees on its own. It knows everything on its own. And it understands through its own nature. All of this is just an expression of the mind, like the egg white. If we can see that this voice functions on its own, the mental images appear on their own, Emotions arise on their own and dissolve on their own. Knowing happens by itself and fades by itself. Memory remembers and fades by itself. Then we will see that these conditions are merely energy, released and then dissolved. We are not any of these things. We are none of this. When we see that this knowing happens by itself, then where is the self? This voice that's speaking now, it speaks by itself. It speaks in the mind by itself. So where is the self? This thought that's appearing now, it imagines by itself. The image appears by itself. As soon as we think, let's go visit the beach, the white sand, the clear sea, the image appears on its own. Can you see that? It appears on its own. It dissolves on its own. The emotion arises on its own, dissolves on its own. The feeling of joy, the laughter, the happiness, observe it. It arises on its own, exists for a moment, then fades away. After a while, irritation arises. A bad mood surges up and then dissolves on its own. If we don't foolishly cling to these things, because they have no self, if we simply don't hold on, we will see that they have no owner. There is no us within any of it. When we understand this clearly, when we see that these things function on their own, the question arises, then where is the self? Let the mind answer. And when the mind answers, there is no self. That's when it explodes. It's like snapping a lotus stem. When you pull it apart, there are fibers holding it together, right? But once those fibers break, we come free. And we'll know that we've broken free, that we are beyond. It's like eating. We keep eating until suddenly we feel, I'm full. There's a tightness, a sense of completion, and we stop. We know we're full. In the same way, we'll know we've passed beyond. It's like being torn out of the voice, pulled out from the voice, from mental imagery, from emotion, from the sense of knowing, from the identity of being a person. And then we come to realize that all of these things, this entire universe, have nothing to do with us at all. We are the clear emptiness that embraces the entire universe, and the whole universe, and all things within it, dwell within our space. We have no form, but we are this clarity, this pure, transparent presence that encompasses everything, and everything that dwells within it continues functioning on its own, in its own way. Everything rests within us, and whatever changes, whatever arises and passes, let it be. It has nothing to do with us. We are nothing at all, yet we are something completely pure, absolutely pure. And in that purity, the entire universe is absorbed. When we reach this point, tears fall. Why have we been suffering in ignorance all this time? Why did we foolishly cling to the idea of me? This nature, it has no gender. It is not male, not female. It has no age, no distance, no time. It is only purity, pervading the entire universe. This is the only way we return to the pure element. Once we realize this truth, we'll see, oh, why have human beings been so lost in delusion? It's so simple. Come, listen to my tape. Share my tape. Let everyone in the world hear it. Children, elders, people with disabilities, women, men, people of all beliefs, all religions, all nationalities, all races. All can listen. We all have a mind. Let us come to know the science of the mind. Let us awaken to the knowledge of the mind. Bring this knowledge into the education system. The subject of the awakened mind must be taught at every level, from kindergarten to master's and doctoral degrees. Everyone must learn this. Everyone must listen to my tape. Whoever listens and awakens, whenever the mind breaks free from the identity of being a person, will know. We no longer suffer. We are no longer reborn. When we awaken in this way, suffering ends. All the illnesses we once had, stress, anxiety, depression, bipolar disorder, acid reflux, gastritis, cancer, all severe diseases, nervous disorders, brain conditions, all the things caused by extreme stress, by acidic blood, will dissolve completely. We will become awakened, radiant, our bodies strong, full of clarity at all times. And we will know. We will not be reborn again. We will not suffer again. A new era will arise, where all people on earth live together in peace and harmony. World peace will come. There will be no more harming, killing, destroying, because there will be nothing left to call me. What is there to fight over? There will be no arrogance, no pride, no showing off, because there is no self to boast about. Only lightness, clarity, and the wish to share with one another, the wish to teach, to invite one another to listen to my tape. Then we will suffer no more. We will not be born again. This will be our final life. Let us unite and help build a truly enlightened world. We were not born for anything else. We were born to know, to come to recognize the mind. When we realize that we are the mind, the pure life element, then when this body breaks apart, we will not be born again. Why would we be born again? For no matter what form one is born into, it is only suffering. It is nothing but struggle, the suffering of having to feed and sustain the body, of competing, killing, and destroying one another, without end. We will not be born again. There is nothing left to be born, because there is nothing that is truly us. The voice that speaks does not truly exist. The mental image does not truly exist. Emotion, perception, these do not truly exist. They are like scenes in a play or a film that we sit and watch. They are not real. It's like a single drop of water splashing out from the great ocean, taking temporary shelter in a vessel. Once realization arises, it is as if that drop of water is returned to the ocean. It becomes one with the whole. That drop can no longer be found, for it has become one with the ocean. When we awaken to the mind, to the pure element within us, it is as though we become a clear emptiness that merges into the heart of the universe. We become the entire universe. We are the clear, empty presence that encompasses all of it. And the universe dwells within us. It knows everything. There is nothing unknown, but there is no self anymore. Only purity remains. Now the time is right to end here. May all of you keep listening to my tape. Listen until my voice echoes in your mind. And prepare tissues for your tears. We will no longer be born again. We will awaken to the mind, to the pure element within us. May all of you awaken to this truth swiftly and directly, every one of you. If you're interested in these teachings on awakening, mind observation, and transcending suffering through wisdom, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Share your insights in the comments, provide productive feedback, and if you find this content valuable, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.